IdrA. Basically, he's just putting that there because the scouting zealots happen to be in the main. It is interesting that WhiteRa actually got 2 cannons on that high ground, gonna hold those rocks as long as possible, and he does seem to just be macroing up as much as he possibly can right now. WhiteRa a little bit ahead in the economy, but I mean, it's IdrA. He's probably just, you know, right on the tail end, gonna be catching up here pretty soon.
Yeah, IdrA's not actually going to try to destroy these backdoor rocks, which I thought he might have tried to do. I think the roaches do outrange the rocks over those cannons. Instead, he's actually going to destroy the rocks at the gold. So he's thinking about securing a 3rd expansion pretty early on, and that's safe. That's standard play because the Protoss player has gone for this fast expansion. He's not going to have any units anytime soon. Look, he's only got 1 gateway. His robotics facility right now just morphing in, and he is throwing down additional gateways, 3 more. Although, I think IdrA saw these 3 gateways with his Overlord. So IdrA knows exactly what's going on. It's a standard 1 gate into Robo, throw on 3 more gateways, and we're not going to see any pressure for at least another, 2 minutes. So IdrA's perfectly fine and justified destroying these rocks.
IdrA is in his comfort zone right now. This is exactly what he wanted. If he gets that high yield this early, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did, it's gonna spell a lot of trouble here for WhiteRa. So WhiteRa's gonna have to do something. I think what he may try and do is once these 3 additional gateways he just got kicks in, maybe he's gonna try and move out. And he is getting 2 more gateways, so he is having a total of 5 on the way, very similar to actually what we saw before. And he is actually getting those Colossus out. He's gonna be skipping that first Immortal, and so maybe gonna try and move out slightly earlier here than he did with those Colossus before, and I don't blame him though. The Colossus are very good against Hydras, but it comes down to positioning and micro on those big clunky Colossus.
Right, now WhiteRa's got a 5th gateway on the way. He does have an Immortal coming out. The Immortal is the correct unit to deal with these roaches. I think 1 Immortal can like spank 4 roaches pretty easily. It's almost no contest. IdrA is actually being denied Overlords by these nice, well-played sentries, and although IdrA does have a good idea of where WhiteRa stands right now, from here on out, I think it's going to be pretty much total darkness, unless IdrA sacks an Overlord or gets an Overseer, and I think he might want to do that just to see when WhiteRa decides to push out, because that is a telltale sign when you should start producing more army units and stop the drone production. He does have quite a bit of roaches and hydras already, and he is getting that gold expansion. Right now, IdrA sits at 95 supply, WhiteRa sits at 94, so both players relatively even.
Yep, maybe I could have swore I saw Colossus on the way. Maybe he did cancel it because the tech wasn't quite done yet. But either way, he is going to be having to move out here soon. Fairly even in army size, but this is just showing the macro of IdrA. He's just pulling ahead and nothing has even happened in this game. And he is taking that high yield right now, so really WhiteRa has to do something. Unless he's taking a high yield of his own, he needs to move out right now and put the hurt on IdrA.
Yeah, I think WhiteRa has a good sense of when IdrA is going to grab that expansion. And look, he's moving a probe out. He's going to go look for that expansion at the gold, I think. And he's even throwing a pylon up just to give him a little bit better position with his units should he warp in. But IdrA's forces moving in here, going to take that down. And I think, yeah, WhiteRa knows he's got to push out right now because the macro is getting a little bit out of control. 111 to 117. And if this gold starts getting saturated, man, you can kiss macro goodbye for IdrA or WhiteRa.
All right, well, bad news, HD. My even though I had every program closed, my computer still alt-tabbed, so I'm probably going to drop out, and you are going to have to finish this one all by your lonesome.
Oh man, I'm going to be all so lonely like this.
Yeah, I even prepared by closing every single program on my computer.
But you forgot to do Windows mode.
Yeah. Okay, so
right, guys.
You can take it away then.
Alright guys, so we're going to continue on with the game. I'm now your soulcaster after Husky decided to leave me. I'm so lonely now, I'm crying in my corner. Anyways, let's keep going on with this game now. We do have Forge +2 weapons ticking away at the natural expansion. WhiteRa is getting a pretty menacing force. He destroys that changeling instantly. So I think where we left off with the conversation is he really needs to push out, and he can't allow the drones to macro off this gold expansion. That's just huge. If IdrA were to start getting that economy up and running, he's just going to run away, and there's going to be no hope. It's almost going to be like a repeat of game number 1. But here comes WhiteRa, and he is pushing out, and I like his positioning of his units. He can actually put the Colossus on this high ground to start abusing those cliff ledges, but I think he's going to push in and he's going to try to take out this expansion right now, right here. IdrA at 155, WhiteRa at 140. He needs to force field his the Hydralisk and Roaches right now. He's not using force fields. There we go. Some force fields going down. The Colossus going to work. 5 kills and 3 kills apiece. And wow, more force fields going down. The Hydras can't shoot. The Hydras can't shoot. And I think WhiteRa's going to come out ahead here, and he's even bringing another Colossus from behind. Uh-oh, IdrA here is actually in a lot of trouble as his entire army has been burned down, and IdrA calls GG, so it's not a shame that Husky left early on. WhiteRa taking the game with a nice little push. Wow.
Oh, I can't believe I missed it, man. So yeah, basically what happened there, I mean, I didn't see it, but I can hear, is that WhiteRa was massing up. He waited for he waited for IdrA rather to take that high yield, which is going to slow down his army. I missed the battle, so I didn't see the crucial part. But he was able to take that, so absolutely crazy. I'm not going to be out of the game here too long.